Hi, everyone. Thanks for taking the time to join me. My name is Jeff Snyder, and I'm going to be talking to you about TCGPlayer and how we're using technology to power the trading card game marketplace. Let's get started. First, a little bit more about me. Who is Jeff Snyder? Well, I'm Jeff, of course. I'm a local guy. I was born and raised in Syracuse, New York. I graduated from Liverpool High School before attending Ithaca College, where I got a degree in computer information systems. I came back to Syracuse after graduating college and worked at a couple different companies as a software engineer for about 10 years. Then I moved into a role managing software engineers, and I've been doing that for about the last 5 years now. I've also had the opportunity to teach at Syracuse University as an adjunct professor of advanced web development for 5 years. And that gift there, I had a lot of fun making it. That's me in high school 20 years ago at Liverpool, my glory days. So enough about me already. Let's talk about TCGPlayer. I want to start with a quote from our CEO, Chetty Hampson. At TCGPlayer, we connect hobbyists to communities, relentlessly improving the exchange of things and thoughts that fuel passions. Our purpose statement is the fundamental reason for the company's existence and acts as our guiding star. At TCGPlayer, we're working to make it easier for all people to pursue the things they're passionate about. I want to introduce you to the company a little bit further. I'm going to play you a video that was shot in the summer of 2021 by local radio station K-Rock, profiling a day in the life at TCGPlayer at our company headquarters in downtown Syracuse.
My last job was working retail. So our fulfillment center is over 300 of those employees, the entry-level roles. Clearly, more orders are happening than ever before. So we're ramping up on that. But we're also ramping up a big push is behind the leadership, who is going to mentor, train, and help guide those individuals on their career. What I want to see happen is see that entry-level person move up a couple ranks within that system. Maybe become a customer service agent. Maybe join the marketing and sales team. Maybe learn to do software testing and transition to a $50,000, $75,000 role. That's my passion, is both the product but also the people. So many people are coming out of the fulfillment center and getting their starts, either interning or then getting moved full-time in, say a junior copywriter, a junior marketing engineer. All of those roles, I think, are where we're going to see a lot of growth.
Are you trying to kind of set that bar for other businesses to say, hey, listen, I can do this while still having fun and letting my employees have a good time at work?
It is. This was trying to show that you can build something exciting. It can bring passion to people. So it's about a great workplace, but it's also about loving the city.
I think one of the best aspects about this place is the community. There's a lot of interesting characters here that work here.
The important part is I wake up every morning and I'm not anxious to go to work.
That's the way to do it.
And I go to bed, I'm I'm excited to go to work tomorrow and hang out with people.
While you can work by yourself and work on your own, there's people around you can interact with them, and you can have a good day, right?
We have a really good training staff. And that might be a little biased because I am also now a trainer.
Whoa!
There's a few leads that just didn't know anything about it, and then they came in, they learned about it, and now they're great at it. It's super easy to hop in headphones and concentrate, or if you want to take them off and
anywhere. Play music all day.
A lot of people tell us to just play music all day.
Yeah, they tell us that a lot.
Okay, great. I hope you enjoyed that video, but you're probably still scratching your head thinking, what exactly is TCGPlayer? Well, let's start with the basics. First, I want to cover some definitions. The TCG of TCGPlayer stands for trading card games. Trading card games are also referred to as collectible card games. Some of the most popular trading card games out there are Magic the Gathering, Pokemon, and Yu-Gi-Oh! If you're a trading card game enthusiast, or a hobbyist as we call it here, then you've surely heard of TCGPlayer.com. In fact, if you Google trading card game, TCGPlayer.com will be one of the first results that you see. TCGPlayer.com is an online marketplace. An online marketplace is an e-commerce site that brings buyers and sellers together. At TCGPlayer.com, we don't sell cards directly to buyers. Instead, we act as operators of the website and the marketplace. We create a space to bring buyers and sellers together. A good example of a well-known online marketplace is eBay. So unlike a Walmart or a Target that sells their goods directly to shoppers, eBay, like TCGPlayer, makes it possible for people to connect to buy and sell their personal items. Now, I want to switch gears a little bit and do a mini lesson. I'm going to do a crash course on a couple concepts related to microeconomics. Then I'm going to show you how those concepts apply to what we do at TCGPlayer.com. So let me start by defining microeconomics. Maybe you've already been introduced to this subject in school. Maybe you will later in your education. But a basic definition is microeconomics is the study of how people and businesses exchange goods and services in a free market. The way people exchange goods and services in a free market generally follows these three rules. Buyers are free to buy whatever product they want. Sellers are free to sell a product at whatever price they want. The prices are decided by the laws of supply and demand. Now, you've probably heard these terms before, supply and demand. Maybe you've even seen a chart like this to represent the concept. But in basic terms, supply is the amount of goods or services available. So think quantity. Demand is how badly people want a good or service. So if supply is measured in terms of quantity, demand is measured by the price that somebody is willing to pay for a good or a service. So I want to illustrate these a little bit more, and I have a graph that I want to show you to add a little bit more detail to this. So first, I want to start with the y-axis of that graph, and I'm going to label it price. And on this graph, the price will increase vertically from bottom to top, so from $0 to many dollars. Next, I want to draw the x-axis, and I'm going to label it quantity. The quantity is going to increase from left to right, from zero quantity to many quantity. Now, let's start with supply. The supply of a product is how much of that product is available for purchase at a given price. So let's plot a point here. If the price of something is low, will companies want to produce a lot of that product? No. You'd have to supply a lot of that product to make money. And that would mean a lot of effort for small gains or low profit margins. On the other hand, if the price of a product is high, will companies want to produce or supply more of that product? Yes, for sure. They can make more money for the products and achieve higher profit margins. So the law of supply states that as the price of a product increases, companies will build or produce or supply more of that product. So as a result, our supply curve is going to look something like this. All right, moving on to demand, and let's do a similar exercise. And let's start by plotting a point. If the price of a product is very high, will customers demand a lot of that product? No, of course not. It's way too expensive. They're going to wait for that price to drop before they want to buy. On the other hand, if the price of a product is very low, will customers demand more, or will they be more likely to buy? Yeah, that's the exact point. So the law of demand says that as the price of a product decreases, the more of that product people will want to buy. Now, my last point here is you may notice that these two graphs intersect. Where they meet has an important meaning. It's called equilibrium. It's the harmonious point where the supply of a product is equal to the demand of a product. It's also known as the market price. So in a free market, buyers and sellers are going to naturally move towards this point to get fair prices, whether they're buying or selling. Now, I want to do an example to further illustrate the supply and demand in action. I have something I want to sell. Actually, I have it right here. It's a card of my favorite Pokemon, Charizard. In fact, my daughter gave me this card. I really like it, and it was really meaningful, and I love that she gave it to me, but I don't really have any use for it. I don't have a Pokemon deck. I don't have other Pokemon cards. So I want to sell it because I think it might be worth some money. So great. But how much should I sell it for? That's the big question. So let's go back to our supply and demand graph. I don't know the market price. I don't know what that card is worth. So what should my strategy be for selling my Charizard? How do we know what to sell it for? Well, we're going to have to guess. And let's make our first guess. I'm going to guess $10. So if I was to sell that card at that price, what I would find out is that nobody would want to buy that Charizard for $10. It's too expensive. I wouldn't get any offers. Okay, so I'm going to change my tactic and I'm going to drop that price big time. I'm going to go much lower. If I change the price to $1, in that case, what's going to happen is that card is going to sell quickly, very quickly, almost immediately. Demand is going to be very high at such a low price. As a result, I'd lose out. I could have made more money if I tried to sell it at a higher price. So the question then becomes, how do I know what that card is worth so I can sell it at a fair price? And I told you this mini economics lesson was going to relate back to TCGPlayer. So what do we actually do at TCGPlayer? Well, we operate the online marketplace for collectible card games. So when I decided to sell my Charizard card, how would I know where to go? And how would I know how much to sell it for? If I was to start my journey by doing a Google search for my Charizard card or TCG or any number of relevant search terms, I would quickly find TCGPlayer.com in my search results. From there, I can easily search for and find my Charizard card on the website. I can get a sense of how much it might be worth, demand, and how many other people are selling that same card, supply. Back to our economics lesson, I can use this information at hand to gauge supply and demand. Then I can use that information to list my card at a sale price that I'm comfortable selling it for and that a buyer would consider fair. So how do we do it? The laws of supply and demand are hard at work behind the scenes in our marketplace. Let's start with the supply side. How do we fuel supply? Our sales teams work closely to attract top sellers in local game stores around the country to use our marketplace to boost their sales. This focus on supply makes sure we have the best inventory available in our market so that prices are competitive. And for demand, that's where our marketing team is focused, attracting buyers and sellers to our sites. Things like advertising, search engine optimization, social media, and partnerships with influential figures in our community. Buyers and sellers need to know TCGPlayer.com exists. What about tech? Tech is what makes it all possible. It's the glue holding supply and demand together. It's the driving force that powers our online digital marketplace. In line with our company purpose, we're continuously improving the buying and selling experience for our community by introducing new features, products, and services. Software engineers are writing the code that builds our web pages and applications. QA testers work with our engineers to find bugs or other quality assurance issues. Finally, DevOps and cloud engineers manage the infrastructure that keeps our web pages running. Our wonderful technology teams are working together to create algorithms to calculate market price based on the laws of supply and demand to make our marketplace fair and competitive. We're building image recognition capabilities and search engines to make our products easy to discover. We're providing tools for our sellers to manage their inventory, to price it effectively and frequently, manage their orders, their shipping options, and more. Beyond our marketplace, we're creating tools for our sellers to be more successful in their local game stores, the same ones in our community. We're providing in-store tools like kiosks and point of sales and much more to come. This is only a small sample of some of the awesome work that we're doing. There's a lot of opportunities and challenges ahead of us as we compete in a $25 billion global collectible hobby market. Thank you so much for taking the time to learn more about TCGPlayer. We're just getting started here. We're growing like crazy. We'll hope you keep TCGPlayer in mind as you advance in your education and professional careers. We're offering opportunities all across our business from fulfillment center to engineering teams. Best of luck to you as you continue your STEM education. Thanks again, and take care.